Hey there. Welcome back to Learn English 24/7. I'm James, and I'm so happy you're joining us today. Whether you're a longtime viewer or this is your first time here, I want to say thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our latest lessons. We've got so many exciting tips coming your way to help you improve your English fluency. Here on Learn English 24/7, our goal is simple. We want to help you speak English easily, confidently, and quickly. Whether you're just starting out with English or you're looking to take your skills to the next level, we've got something for you. So, grab your favorite drink, sit back, and let's dive into today's lesson. In today's video, we're going to talk about a fantastic method that can help you speak English more easily and quickly, using graded readers. If you've never heard of graded readers before, don't worry. I'll explain exactly what they are, how they work, and why they're perfect for anyone who wants to improve their speaking skills. Graded readers are specially written books designed for language learners like you. They're written with simpler vocabulary and sentence structures than regular books, making them much easier to read. But here's the best part, reading these books not only improves your reading skills, but it also helps with speaking, listening, and even writing. By using graded readers, you can practice English every day in a fun and engaging way, and over time, you'll notice a big improvement in your ability to speak confidently. I'll be showing you exactly how you can use graded readers to practice speaking English. Whether you're a beginner or more advanced, there's a graded reader for you. We'll also go over some simple techniques you can use to practice speaking out loud, so you feel more comfortable when you're in a real conversation. Ready to get started? Let's go. Now, I know that speaking English can be one of the hardest things to master. Many learners struggle with speaking because they feel nervous or they don't know the right words. You might even understand most of what you hear or read in English, but when it comes to speaking, the words don't come out as easily as you'd like. Does that sound familiar? If so, you're definitely not alone. A lot of learners experience this. You might feel that your grammar is good, or that you know a lot of vocabulary, but when you try to speak, you find that you can't form sentences quickly enough, or you forget words right in the middle of a conversation. That feeling of not being able to express yourself clearly can be frustrating, but the good news is, it's completely normal. The key to improving your speaking skills is practice. And that's where graded readers come in. With just a little bit of practice every day, using graded readers can make a huge difference in your fluency and confidence. You'll start to notice that the more you practice, the easier it becomes to speak, and the more natural it feels to form sentences in real-life conversations. So, if you've ever felt stuck when trying to speak in English, or if you're nervous about making mistakes, I want you to know that this method will help you move past that. I'm going to show you how, step by step, you can use graded readers to start speaking more easily and confidently. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how graded readers work and how they can help you practice speaking English every day. I'll share some easy-to-follow techniques that you can start using right away to improve your fluency. Whether you're reading a short story or a longer text, there are simple ways to practice speaking out loud and getting comfortable with pronunciation. I'll also give you some tips on how to use graded readers to boost your confidence. Speaking English can be intimidating, but the more you practice with these books, the more natural and relaxed you'll feel when speaking in real conversations. And trust me, once you start feeling more comfortable, you'll find that speaking English isn't as hard as you might have thought. We'll also go over how to break down your reading practice into small, manageable steps. Even if you only have 10 minutes a day, you can make a big difference in your speaking skills. So, whether you're busy or just getting started, you'll find something in this video that you can use right away to improve your speaking skills. Now, I don't want to give away too much just yet, but here's a sneak peek of what we'll cover. What are graded readers and how do they work? How to use graded readers to practice speaking aloud. Techniques to improve your pronunciation and fluency. How to make speaking practice a daily habit. Tips to stay motivated and see real progress. So grab your notebook and get ready to take some notes. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to start speaking English more easily and confidently. I'm excited to share these tips with you, and I'm sure you're going to love how simple and effective this method can be. Let's jump into the lesson and get started on your journey to speaking English with ease. Meet Lisa. Lisa has been learning English for a few years now. She's able to read and understand most of what she encounters in English, whether it's books, articles, or even watching her favorite TV shows in English. But when it comes to speaking, she often feels stuck. In conversations, she knows the vocabulary she wants to use, but the words just don't come out as quickly as she would like. She struggles to form sentences on the spot, and sometimes, her nerves take over, making it even harder to speak clearly. This leaves Lisa feeling frustrated and unsure of her progress. She's done all the grammar exercises, she's learned plenty of new words, and she's comfortable with reading, but when it's time to speak, it just doesn't feel as natural. Lisa's situation is something many learners can relate to. If you've ever felt that you know the language well but still have trouble speaking, you're definitely not alone. Lisa's experience is a common struggle for many English learners, and it's one that can be overcome with the right tools and techniques. Let's take a closer look at her journey and see how she found a solution that helped her overcome her speaking challenges. Lisa practices English every day. She reads books, listens to podcasts, and even watches English movies with subtitles to improve her understanding. But when it comes to speaking, she struggles to make her words flow smoothly. Every time she tries to have a conversation, she freezes up. Her mind goes blank, and the words she knows so well in her head don't seem to come out right when she speaks. She worries a lot about making mistakes, and that fear holds her back. Sometimes, she starts a sentence and then realizes she's not sure if the grammar is correct, so she pauses or restarts. Other times, she's searching for the right word and ends up using a simple word instead of the one she had in mind, which makes her feel less confident. Conversations with native speakers are particularly intimidating because she's afraid of being misunderstood or sounding awkward. Even though Lisa can understand everything around her in English, she finds it hard to express herself clearly. It's frustrating because she knows all the vocabulary and grammar, but when it's time to speak, it feels like everything slows down. She often wonders why she can't speak as easily as she can understand or read, and that leaves her feeling stuck and unsure of how to improve. One day, while chatting with a fellow English learner, Lisa's friend introduced her to a tool she hadn't tried yet: graded readers. These books are specially designed for people learning English, with different levels to match various proficiency stages. Her friend explained that graded readers contain simpler vocabulary and sentence structures, making them perfect for practicing English at a pace that was comfortable and manageable. Intrigued, Lisa decided to give it a shot. She learned that graded readers would not only help her improve her reading comprehension but also provide her with a natural way to practice speaking. The key was to read the stories out loud. Her friend explained that by doing this, Lisa would become more comfortable with the rhythm and flow of English sentences, which could help reduce her fear of speaking. The more she practiced with these books, the more confident she would become in speaking English naturally. Excited by the idea of a practical solution to her problem, Lisa immediately started searching for graded readers at her level. She found several titles that seemed interesting and began reading aloud every day, determined to give it a try. Tom was determined to improve his speaking, so he created a daily routine that focused on using graded readers to practice. He began by selecting simple graded readers with short, easy-to-understand stories. His goal was to build confidence and fluency without feeling overwhelmed. Each day, he committed to reading at least one story out loud. At first, reading aloud felt a bit awkward, and Tom noticed that he stumbled over certain words, but he didn't let this discourage him. He understood that practice was key. Whenever Tom encountered a sentence or word that he didn't understand, he would pause, look it up, and repeat the sentence several times until it felt more natural. He also made it a point to practice pronunciation by speaking the words in different contexts. For example, if the story mentioned the word comfortable, Tom would say it in different sentences and with different intonations, ensuring that he fully understood how it was used in conversation. One important step Tom took was to not just focus on reading silently, but to actively speak out loud every time he encountered new words or phrases. This helped him to feel more connected with the language and to build his confidence in speaking. As he continued with this routine, Tom found that the sentences he once found difficult to say now came more easily, and his pronunciation improved as well. After just a few weeks of consistent practice, Tom began to notice significant improvements in his speaking. He felt much more confident when he had conversations in English. The words started flowing more naturally, and he didn't have to pause or search for the right words as often. His conversations with friends and colleagues became smoother, and he was able to express himself more clearly. One of the biggest changes was in his pronunciation. The more he read aloud, the more he got used to the rhythm and sounds of English. He no longer struggled with some of the tricky vowel sounds or sentence stresses that had once made him feel self-conscious. The repetition of phrases and sentences from the graded readers helped him to internalize the language, so he could use it more effortlessly. Even though Tom still made mistakes from time to time, he was no longer afraid of them. Instead of feeling embarrassed, he saw mistakes as part of the learning process. He felt comfortable trying out new words and experimenting with different sentence structures, knowing that each mistake was an opportunity to improve. Tom also noticed that he was becoming more comfortable speaking with native speakers. He no longer felt as nervous when interacting with others in English, and he began participating in group discussions without hesitation. His confidence grew with every practice session, and soon he realized that speaking English was no longer a challenge, it was something he could do with ease. Tom learned an important lesson: speaking English doesn't come from memorizing rules or being afraid of making mistakes. It comes from consistent practice, reading stories aloud, and getting comfortable with speaking the language every day. By using graded readers, Tom was able to improve his fluency, boost his confidence, and make speaking English feel natural. So, if you want to speak English more easily, just like Tom, remember that regular practice is key. Start with graded readers that match your level, read them out loud every day, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Keep going, stay patient, and you'll see improvements in no time. Now that you've seen how Tom used graded readers to improve his speaking, let's go over the main lessons and how you can apply them to your own English learning journey. The key takeaway is that fluency doesn't come from memorizing rules or worrying about mistakes. It comes from consistent practice, engaging with stories, and speaking out loud every day. Just like Tom, you can start improving your speaking skills by focusing on reading, understanding words in context, and practicing daily. Let's dive into some simple steps you can take to get started. Choose a book that's appropriate for your current level. Start with simpler stories that are easy to follow. Gradually move to more complex books as your fluency improves. Make it a habit to read aloud every day. This will help you practice pronunciation and sentence structure. Don't worry about making mistakes, just focus on reading with confidence. Instead of memorizing vocabulary, focus on understanding how words are used in context. Pay attention to how phrases and sentences are structured. This will help you use them naturally in conversations. As you read, pause and say the sentences out loud like you're speaking in a real conversation. Imagine having a dialogue, practicing the flow and rhythm of the language. Consistency is key. Try to read and speak for at least 15 minutes every day. The more you practice, the more comfortable and fluent you will become. I'd love to hear how you're using graded readers to practice your English. Have you tried reading aloud yet? What challenges have you faced, and what progress have you made? Let me know in the comments below. I'm excited to hear your stories and share more tips with you. If you found today's lesson helpful and want more tips on improving your English fluency, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Keep practicing every day, and soon speaking English will feel easy and natural. You've got this. Remember, fluency is a skill that improves with practice. It's not about perfection, it's about making steady progress every day. Keep reading aloud, keep speaking, and keep learning. Every time you practice, you're building confidence and getting one step closer to speaking English with ease. Don't be discouraged by challenges, they are part of the process. Stay consistent, stay positive, and soon, you'll be speaking English confidently and naturally. You've got this, and I believe in your success. Keep going, the results will come.